President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday, December 29, signed 6 new bills that have earlier been passed by the National Assembly into law. According to a statement released by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly Matters, Senate, Ita Inan, the bills signed into law include the Compulsory Treatment and Care for Victims of Gunshot Act, 2017 and Anti-Torture Act, 2017. Inan made this statement to State House correspondents after the president signed the bills into law at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, The Sun reports. Inan said, specifically, the act stipulates that a person with a gunshot wound shall be received for immediate and adequate treatment by any hospital in Nigeria with or without initial monetary deposit. Furthermore, a person with a gunshot wound shall not be subjected to inhuman and degrading treatment or torture by any person or authority, including the police and other security agencies. Anti-Torture Act, 2017 makes comprehensive provisions for penalizing the acts of torture and other cruel, inhuman and degrading treatment or punishment, and prescribes penalties for the commission of such acts. He added that the president assented to the Niger Delta Development Commission Establishment Amendment Act, 2017. He explained that the act included the gas-producing and gas-processing companies in the list of agencies that were contributing to the NDDC in addition to the oil companies in a bid to increasing the funding of the commission for effective discharge of its duties. Inan said, previously, the NDDC Act excluded the gas companies. The act makes it explicit that the gas companies have to be included. This is to diversify the sources of funding for the NDDC for the economic well-being of the region. The president has also assented to the Federal Capital Appropriation Act. This bill authorizes the Federal Capital Territory Administration to legally and legitimately provide funds out of its statutory revenue fund for recurrent and capital expenditure. He said, President Buhari had earlier assented to the Federal Capital Territory Water Board Establishment Act, 2017, National Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment Establishment Act, 2017, Compulsory Treatment and Care for Victims of Gunshot Act, 2017 and Anti-Torture Act, 2017. The Federal Capital Territory Water Board Establishment Act is charged with the responsibility for providing safe, adequate and affordable water supply services to the residents of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. It is also to collaborate with the other authorities responsible for water resources management to secure efficient use of water resources for the conservation and protection of the water resources of the territory and the nation. The National Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment Establishment Act, 2017 is to provide national direction in cancer research, control and treatment, guide scientific improvements to cancer prevention, treatment and care, coordinate and liaise between the wide range of groups and healthcare providers with an interest in cancer.